Welcome back to Youth Elect TT. Now behind me, many of y'all know it as City Gate. But did you know it was once called the Trinidad National Railway? It was right here that Joe Young and George Weeks stood as giants of the labor movement in the post-independence period of Trinidad and Tobago. Now that led to a fight to nationalize the bus transport system in the country. Fast forward to today, Youth Elect TT is that movement for change.
Be wary of the candidates that will come here today without any service to the youth. Persons who will not have a proper vision or plan for youth development in Trinidad and Tobago. Persons who do not understand your needs, who doesn't understand your problems. My party, knows that our challenge here today, brothers and sisters, is the lost voice of the youth. And we know what are your concerns. We can come here today and talk about the education system where the international standard is to revamp the system in 3 years. The ministry's policy is 5 years, but the actuality is 10 years, but we're not going to talk about that today.
If all of these things you set out here are accomplished, I still think there is a hole in the thinking. Where will you get jobs for all of these people? Assume we have all these programs that you have recommended. Where will we get jobs, or take back jobs? Where will we get employment or careers for all of these people?
Youth are inexperienced in the job market. So the idea is that we give them the experience so that they can compete with the other persons in the working world. Because in the labor market, as it is right now, the youths may have the degree, but they can't compete because of the lack of experience. So what we're trying to do is bring up the bar for them.
And what made you decide to, say, this is something I think I'm a suitable candidate for?
Well, I've been involved in youth development for probably the last 7 to 8 years. So I felt this was a very great opportunity for me to come out of that shadow of doing youth development work in areas where the persons that you're impacting alone would know, and bring it out to a national stage.
All right, so what I want to do is to give you a little insight into what the audition process is like. So the candidates came here to Guardian Media Limited from very early this morning. They registered, and of course they came upstairs to a room which we had set up with them, where they had a chance to interact with some of the other nominees for the show. What we did is set up something that we call the rehearsal room. So in this room, we placed a screen for the candidates to see exactly what their delivery was going to look like. And they had a chance to, just get themselves more comfortable with their presentation and how they were going to do it in front of the judges. So I'm actually hearing one of the candidates right now. So let's go in and take a little peep as to how he is preparing to deliver his speech to the panel today.
As your youth prime minister, I will enact actionable policies that will positively affect the youth of Trinidad and Tobago.
There is a host of concerns, a host of topical issues centered around the concept of what is required of youths and for youths. And today, I wish to just ignore most of those issues and focus primarily on electoral reform, lowering the voting age for 16-year-olds to give young people, give the teenagers, give the adolescents an opportunity to participate in conversations about them, for them, and to them, but has hitherto for not been with them. Today, I want to draw your attention to nations more superior than ours. Nations like Slovenia, Germany, Norway, these important and developed nations who took the risk and told their youths by purpose and through a public display and demonstration that they can trust them to enter into a discourse and enter into conversations meaningfully that will safeguard their democracy and their future.
What your views are on how Tobago factors into the electoral politics of Trinidad and Tobago as a force?
I think Tobago is a powerful force, and that it is poised strategically to make a meaningful difference in the whole national landscape where politics is concerned. What I would, if any at all, is to give Tobagoans an opportunity to exercise greater independence, not to be separate from Trinidad, but to exercise a sense of autonomy and authority where they govern their resources and report to the whole body, which would be the nation of Trinidad and Tobago.
All right, so I want you to meet Shomari now. Now he's actually, as he put it, let me get Tobago,
Born, bred, and fed.
All
Yes.
right. Of course, studying here in Trinidad. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
All right, tell me a little bit about the pins on your
Oh, these pins, I begin with the national flag because I aspire to be an outstanding patriot and an outstanding citizen. The other is the UTT pin because I'm a student of the only national university. And the final one below there is the Executive Student Guild pin, for which I served for 1 year as the Executive Guild of the National University.
All right, and do you think that is going to help you in this particular platform?
I think that it will be able to influence me on this platform. There are a few separate and independent issues that are context specific for the Tobago landscape, but by and large, we face the whole crisis together about crime and healthcare and educational reforms. And while persons are excited that the largest allocation in the budget was given to education, we don't have systems and facilities in place to benefit from that, and it is a concern in Trinidad as well as Tobago.
Back in 1935, this labor leader led the Hunger March. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Yes.
Neither.
All right, good. We'll take that. All right, so you have some homework to do too, and hopefully we see you back here and you have an answer for me.
Hopefully. Thank you.